Welcome back to The Charismatic Voice. Today we're going to be taking another look at an artist that we first heard a while ago, and I thought she was just incredible. So I've been wanting to get back to her for a long time. This will be Morisette Amon. And in particular, her voice was extraordinary because she has great facility with her whistle register. That's that top register for the highest notes in a female voice. She just had a lot of purity and bell-like tone up there, as well as just a lot of ease. So I'm excited to get to hear her again. She'll be performing I Wanna Know What Love Is. The song is originally by foreigner guitarist Mick Jones, but many of you probably know it as one of Mariah Carey's big hits. Let's get to it.
Gotta take a little time to think things over. Better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now.
First of all, I'm really impressed with her English pronunciation. That is not easy to get perfect, and she's just doing a great job. I'm getting every single word in here, so that's awesome. Her lower tone quality is great. A lot of times when people have really high facility, it kind of gets balanced by not as much lower color. This lower voice, it just really reminds me of Mariah Carey. I see why the two are compared often and why she would cover songs that Mariah Carey had done. Mariah Carey's voice is one of the most extraordinary that I think there's been in mainstream music for female singers. And Morissette following in those footsteps, that's such a gutsy move to make because people are going to compare you then to this legend. But it absolutely is deserved. She is that good. And I really love the way she leaned into some of these phrases and did these kinds of things. She feels like she has this depth of emotion in addition to fantastic vocal control that really just comes with years. We're going to go back and listen again, and I'm going to listen a little more to the songwriting too. This song is, I read the lyrics again ahead of time, and I was like, whoa, this really describes love and the longing to become better at loving very well. So I wanted to appreciate that one more time.
Gotta take a little time to think things over.
Listen to this very beginning part one more time. The air that she has in her tone really lets her continue this low sound. It's like she's made a lower extension in her voice, just opened up that tube, instead of going and trying to press it out, she's just opened up and gone and let a lot more air come out, almost like when you blow over the top of a bottle. It's that kind of airiness in the tone that has helped her extend her lower register. Here?
I gotta take a little time.
It's nice.
A little time to think things over. Better read between the lines in case I need need when I'm older. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now, I'm driven so far to change this lonely life.
I'm gonna stop it again. Sorry, she's so very good. There's so many little things that I could point out here that are just mind-blowingly good. I'm gonna say one more. When she does riffs, little ornamentations where she adds in these fast notes, she's doing it in a way to just add a little bit of extra on the overall line. She's not making it a main part of the line. So she leans into the key notes for her melody and then lets the little ornamentation just be a little extra on top. It's not the thing that I end up focusing as like, oh, I'm going to sing along with that part. It's rather like just a little bit of extra. And you can really hear that she'll back off on the volume quite often, or maybe even change the vowel to be something that's not as much present or doesn't carry the voice as well when she does these runs. And that's so that we know what that main melody is supposed to be. I'm going to go back just a little bit so you can hear that again.
Can't stop now, I'm driven so far to change
I love that one.
this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna feel what love is. I know you can show me. Hey, got it.
I can't get enough of her voice. It's the way she goes into her head voice in that top almost floaty register, and it's just got this like tenderness and vulnerability. She's like just singing on that edge of her air. There's no extra breath pressure built up underneath her larynx. It's really, really gorgeous. And I love the way she's using English here so much. When she says show, the O is a diphthong, so it has O and U in it, O. And you can hear that she plays around with that, but she's able to understand the English vowels in the way that they can be a bit finicky and actually use it to sing even better. I really, really love it. Okay, let's keep going. Just a quick reminder to get that transition.
Gotta take a little time.
Hey, back up
A
singers.
little time to look around me. I've got nowhere left to hide. Looks like love has finally found me. Oh, in my life, there's been heartache and pain, but I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now, I'm traveling so far to change this lonely life.
Okay, we're gonna run back and look at a couple more things here. I keep forgetting to look at the lyrics as she's going along and analyze them because I'm just super caught up in her vocal mechanisms right now. It's delightful. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of where she goes up in a full chest voice versus chest and head. So you can hear that back to back. We're going to try and find that first. Let's see. That was chest. And when she went tra-ha, she actually used an H on tra-ha to help reset it in head voice on top. Listen to that again.
Can't stop I've traveled so far.
Mariah Carey does that technique a lot too, uses an H to reset into head voice. This is really interesting. She's adding very intentionally a couple of stylistic elements. She adds a growl. This one was like almost like a cry and a growl at the same time. It actually had like a little tiny squeak in it, which might have been from some EQ on the top end, not sure. But we're going to go back a little bit. Try and pick out when she's staying in chest voice versus when she flips into head. And I'll give you a hint. On this verse, she's giving it more variety to the first one. In the first one, she went into head voice a lot more. And this one, she stays in chest voice a lot more.
If I can face it again, can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. And I want you to show me what I feel when love is. I wanna feel what love is, and I know you can show me, show me. I wanna know.
That was a good key change. She was able to really continue driving through it to bring home that energy there. Really, really nice. I was going to stop to say this, the stylistic element I was talking about where there's a little squeak on it. She's doing that. That wasn't an EQ thing for sure. So I definitely think she's putting like a little kind of sound as a part of the growl. It's interesting because it's pulling out a lot of different frequencies in that style choice. And I'm kind of curious. Sometimes those kinds of squeaks actually are activating the whistle register a little bit. Puppy, if you try to imitate a puppy, girls can often find their whistle register by doing that or imitating a squeaky door. So I think she might use it partly because she is so well versed in her whistle register. I hope she goes into whistle here. I hope she does. Fingers crossed. But I also I really loved the way she continued this build to this key change. So I want to go back, listen. It's deceptively difficult to be able to keep that drive going that long and through a key change. It's probably good breath control.
Show me, I wanna know.
And that top note there was a full bell. So she's going up to an F at the top of the treble clef. FYI, that's going to be an F5 for those of you who love your numbers with your letters, because I know you're out there. All right, let's go back a little bit. That was really gratifying. I was like, come on, please whistle, show up, show up. Yes. So gratifying. We're going to go back and check out what those notes were, but first of all, I like the way it looks. With whistle register, you don't need to have a really wide open mouth. When you're singing high in other registers, a lot of times you need to have a more open mouth, but whistle is not the same case. You can see she's almost using like a side mic to get that whistle register in there. That's kind of cool. And it snuck up. She actually started it kind of low, I think, which was cool. And it was very, very long. It was a very long phrase. Whistle register also doesn't always take so much breath. It's actually only, if you're looking at all the vocal folds and they're going wacka, 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 as they do, they vibrate together for 440 hertz for an A4 So 440 times per second. On A4, I'm sure that she at least is going to an A5, which is 880 hertz. It would double again if it was at an A6, which she might go to here. Not sure, we'll check it. And that would be 1660. Did I do that right? Tell me if I did the 1760, right? Okay. So when the vocal folds are vibrating in whistle register, it looks like it's just like the top part. So it's not like all of them going like this. It's like just this top section that's going like this, like up there. Oh, that's really hard to do with the hands, but you get the idea. So it looks like only there's a little part, and that means that only a little bit of air can get through. So the breath control on that can be pretty baller. Let's go back and see if we can catch this. Oh, wow, already there. Okay. Woo. Okay, first of all, she just sang for 15 seconds in whistle. Pretty awesome. I think she might have been going up to C6. Let's check that again. That's a D. That's nuts. Okay, wait a second. So we're going to go C5, 6, 7, D7. Girl is singing a D7 up there. That's ridiculously high, and it's such a pure sound. It's really gorgeous. Have I mentioned that she's awesome? That's nuts. And it just sounds like it's fun and easy to her. Love it. But let's go back and catch it all over again. So she's doing essentially, she does about an octave, around an octave range in her whistle register there. So she's got nice use of whistle throughout a fairly wide range too. It's impressive.
Let's talk about love.
Even the at the end was absolutely delightful. Such a satisfying performance by Morissette. I came for whistle register. I was delighted by whistle register. I got to really dig in and listen to whistle register for 15 seconds. Yes! Can she just do a whole song in whistle sometime, please? But then we would miss the gorgeous lower tone that she had too. She has a fantastic range. It's not just the lows and the highs, it's also all of the stuff in between and the great pronunciation. I really, really dig her. I also really dig this song, which I still feel we didn't go into enough depth on. But Mick Jones, fantastic, fantastic songwriting. I love the whole premise of essentially a person wanting to grow in their understanding of love, of maybe having failed a few relationships before, but sometimes, you gotta fail to learn how to succeed. And I like the words, I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I love that idea of learning about love with a person. And I think that this is, I just love the lyrics to this. I know, sappy, but I'm kind of that way at heart in reality. Guys, thank you so much for your recommendations. This was one of the recommended songs, especially from our first Morissette video, and it was delightful to get to see. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you'll keep making recommendations down in the comments below this video. That's where we look for them and tally them. I'm also here on YouTube every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Arizona time, or you can find me on Patreon. Or if you want to learn about singing or about music appreciation, You can check that out on my website at thecharismaticvoice.com. Thanks.